If you guys like drama, the day after these Div Cup finals, there is always going to be so many potential team switch ups, drama between the biggest pros, and we're even going to be going over the entire solo series as well. Real quick before this video starts though, please subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we try our best to upload daily competitive content for you guys. If you guys want to support me even more, the best way to do so is by using code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop. We're trying to hit 1,000 supporters on the code, and we're so close to that goal, so thank you guys all so much. And I completely forgot to say thank you guys so much for 116,000 subscribers as well. Make sure you guys follow me on my Twitch or come back here on the day of finals if you guys want to watch any of these finals with me. Without further ado though, let's start off with the question that I have seen so many people asking on Twitter, and that is Clix officially dropped. So for a little context on how we even got in this situation, Higgs and Rapid ended up playing the Reload Cup and they were able to qualify for the finals. If you guys don't know the history of Higgs and Rapid, they literally placed second place in an FNCS Grand Finals before, competed at a LAN together. They were the previous duo. And already even in Higgs's qual to finals tweet, we see people saying like rip Clix and Higgs, bad choice, and all this sort of stuff. They were just playing a Reload Cup together. I don't really think anybody actually thought that Higgs was gonna drop Clix because they were able to qualify for a Reload finals. But then in the Reload finals, Higgs and Rapid ended up winning every single game in it. They went 3 out of 3 for the wins in it. And we even saw Rapid reply to Higgs' tweet and say go, and then Higgs responded and he said all you. And then all the Clix fans just like freaking out in the replies over that. And then of course, you know, Clix had to respond to what was going on, and this is what he actually had to say.
I think we might have got dropped. So I don't know if you guys see the news on Higgs. Sometimes in life people need a downgrade in their life, and this is one of the decisions where I'm pretty sure it was just going to be a downgrade for Higgs, man, because he's playing with that fucking piece of Rapid. You know, I'm gonna let him play with Rapid. He's in a C. He's in a C. He's in a C. I'm gonna start playing with Vino, and me and Vino are gonna roll these little two.
So yeah, he actually said this before Higgs and Rapid actually ended up playing the finals, and I'll show another clip in a little bit of him actually reacting to them winning games in the finals. But first of all, for anybody that is confused, no, this isn't like officially true or nothing like that. If you guys watched my video yesterday, you guys will know that we showed a clip of Clix talking about how he's still confident in him and Higgs, even though that they have had 2 back-to-back rough placements. He said that Higgs is still learning his IGLing style, still trying to adapt and become a better IGL, and we can't act like Rapid and Threats have been a bad duo either. They've literally gotten 2nd and 4th place together. Now, do I think it is completely out of the realm of possibilities that Higgs eventually drops Clix for somebody like Rapid? No, definitely not. We are still 5 months away before FNCS even officially starts. To me, I don't think there is a single team that is fully locked in right now, from right now all the way up until FNCS. Like, we literally saw Peterbot drop Poyo after winning a global championship with him. I don't know how people can think that like Clix and Higgs are going to be locked in forever now, especially if they continue to perform bad. But let me show the clip of Clix being pretty upset about the success that Rapid and Higgs were having.
Watch, he's gonna miss. He's gonna miss.
On each other. I mean, bro, he's basically holding his hand.
It's insane. Let's watch how he dies.
100.
Let's watch.
200. Nice.
What?
I mean, bro.
What that? Whoa. Bro, can we get a replay? Hold on, no, we gotta get a replay of that, right? Surely.
Yeah, that's unlucky,
Here, can
dude.
someone send this to Higgs?
I think he's got to be back home or something.
He like missaid it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times.
So yeah, to quickly summarize all of that up, no, Higgs has not officially dropped Clix or anything like that. Do I think it is a possibility in the future? Definitely. But if Clix and Higgs start to get on the right track, which I really do think that they will be able to, I still think they'll be just fine as a duo. Let's actually move on to how the solo series on NA went now though. So we finally have a new tournament winner. Peterbot is not in first place of the solo series. Today, when we go over the cumulative leaderboard, it might be a little bit of a different story, but H-Cube actually ended up winning today. Super underrated player, got 399 points, won 2 out of his 8 matches, and got 37 total elims. Second place was Dozier on 385. Third place was Bolts on 373. He won 1 out of his 8 matches, and his highest elim game of the day was a 25 elim second. Fourth place was Yamzo on 372. Fifth place place was Eshu, 6th place was Gary, 7th place was Tony, 8th place was Dash, 9th was Aoxy, and then rounding out the top 10 was Craze. For how some of our other super big names are doing, we have like 32nd place of Puyo on 338. He won 2 out of his 10 matches and got 74 total elims. So he was, just off a quick glance here, I think he did finish with the second most elims in this entire tournament. And you could probably guess who he's behind in that elim mark. It is Peterbot, who finished in 34th. Puyo's highest elim game of the day was a 31 elim win, if you guys were curious as well. Compared to Peter's though, his highest elim win of the day was only 28. This meta, I have to admit, is not the best solo meta. The only rotation is literally Fizz. These pros for like half of their lobbies are in some of the worst lobbies I have ever seen, and they're just walking through it with the best loot in the entire game. And so like Peter literally finished in 34th place today from only having 3 good games, getting a 28 elim win, 21 elim second, and a 21 elim win. These qualifier weeks are not going to be like the highest skill things if you guys are looking for that. If you're still confused on how this format works, there is 6 weeks of opens, and then your best 4 weeks out of these 6 weeks that you play, if your combined total points from that finish inside of the top 100, then you will qualify to what is probably going to be the most stacked set lobby finals that we have seen in a very long time. We also had Kanata in 57th on 316, and then that was really about it for all of our super big names that did really well in just today's tournament. Now if we go over what the cumulative leaderboard is currently looking like, we're assuming that you're going to need around 1,300 points to be able to qualify for the finals, and the person that is currently in first place and already might potentially be qualified to the finals in only 3 weeks, of course, is Peterbot. He's currently on 1,222 points. He's won 6 out of his 31 matches and has gotten a total of 280 elims, which nobody else is even currently at 200 total elims, just to put things in perspective. Second place is Dolger, 3rd is Yamzo, 4th is Curve, 5th place is Cyclops, 6th place is actually Clix. Clix has been playing super well so far in this solo series, currently at 1,009 points, 5 wins, and 162 elims. 7th is Taki, 8th is Eshu, 9th is H-Cube, and then 10th is Dizzy. Now just scrolling through the rest of the leaderboard here for how everybody else is doing, we have like Muzz in 13th, Pump in 16th, Craze in 18th, Blake in 23rd, G-Money in 31st, Braids in 40th, Agers in 66th, Ferdoxy actually in 67th. I mean, shout out to Ferdoxy, being top 67 from EU on an NA solos tournament is super impressive. Virgo in 76th, Booga in 87th, and then Vert in 99th. But hey, NA was super fun today. I hope I was able to clear up some of your guys' confusion on if Clix actually got dropped or not. Now let's talk about something that's even more confusing, and that is MrSavage's duo options. Now in EU, MrSavage's duo is currently one of the more confusing but also just developing storylines that we have right now. So I want to quickly walk you guys through the timeline on what ended up leading up to MrSavage ending up deleting his entire comm. So in the last duo cash cup that he ended up playing with Pink pretty much gave him like a reality check, and Pink pretty much said that him or any other pro does not want to play with MrSavage because of how toxic his community is. And this has been something of debate for a long time now. Even MrSavage's fans themselves wanted to see his community get completely deleted, and we even saw Savage talk about it himself, that he said he did have some potential duo options lined up, but then they ended up backing out last minute because they didn't want to play with him, quite literally just because of his Twitter community. Not because Savage is a bad player, not because he's a bad IGL, not even because he streams, but literally specifically because of how toxic his Twitter community was. And so today he finally decided to make the decision, and he tweeted out goodbye MFs, which was the name of the MrSavage community. And if you go and look for it, the MrSavage Twitter comm is officially completely gone. Now we see people in the replies of this like BloodX saying wow, and even like Mongrel updates saying for the best. Hopefully the Twitch chat isn't as bad though. And I mean, a lot of people just didn't really expect this to end up happening. You could tell that Savage really did love his community, but at this point in his comp career, I think it shows some real maturity as a player, and it also really shows that he does still care about competing in the game, which is another thing that some other pros had some real doubts about. When you're a player that already retired just a couple of months ago, even after all of the recent success that he has had in comp, pros are still going to have some doubts about potentially playing with him just because they don't know how committed he actually is to the game. But I think him deleting his Twitter community is probably one of the biggest possible things that he could have done to show that he still wants wants to compete at a high level, to show that he still wants to be able to play with good teammates. And I am very excited to see what his options actually become now. There is already a couple of different rumors that have gone around. The two main people that I've even been saying myself for MrSavage to play with is Focus and Shark. And let's start off with Focus, because Focus did end up tweeting out just a couple of hours ago that he still needs an IGL for next week. And then we see a reply that says, I mean, you could have just sent him a DM. And then Focus responded, to all the MrSavage fans, we are not playing because he can't play finals. So I mean, even after this whole like MrSavage deleting his community and everything, he's still probably for this week not going to have a crazy duo option because he is not going to be able to play the finals. There is also this DM that I saw on Twitter, and now take this with a grain of salt. I can't confirm or deny if this is 100% true. I tried to find some other clips of it and do some extra research, ask some other people about it, and I literally couldn't find anything. But it's pretty much just DMs between Shark and Boop. And Shark said, yeah, he DM'd me talking about MrSavage, and he said, I mean, if he deletes his comm and I split with Teeny, I will play with him and try. And now, before all you MrSavage fans get like super excited over this, Shark pretty much did say in these DMs right here that he is not like officially splitting with Teeny now so he can play with Savage. He is still going to be playing with Teeny for this week, and this is going to be a big week, because if Shark and Teeny underperform, I think that pretty much just instantly pencils in Shark to be playing with MrSavage for next week. And I'm just super happy in general that he even has all of these new options now, simply because of the fact that he deleted his comm. It seems like Focus is also down to play with him. I saw some things that Mixon might have even DM'd him to duo as well. Him deleting his comm could really end up being the best thing that he is doing for his comp career. Let me know in the comment section down below though who you guys actually want to see MrSavage duo with in the future. I'm just really happy that he has options now, and I hope that it's able to work out for him. Let's actually move on to how the solo series went now though. In first place, probably the most dominant EU solo player that we have had so far this entire season, it is Fishy. He finished with 434 points, won 3 out of his 8 matches, and got 57 total elims. Fishy has always been absolutely insane in solos, but unfortunately has not been able to really translate any of that success into any other game mode really. And you guys can correct me if I'm wrong in the comments below, but I think that the main reason for that is he doesn't speak English, and so it is really hard for him to find teammates that are on his caliber. But he definitely has to be in consideration for one of the best and just most consistent solo players in the world, because when we go over the actual solo series leaderboard, he is also currently in first place on that leaderboard as well. Second place though was Karama on 424. Third place was Swizzy on 411. Super good to see Swizzy. Looks like he's fully back in grinding now. He won 3 out of his 10 matches and got 75 total elims on the day. Fourth place was Teeny, and of course we just talked a whole bunch about him and all of the duo controversy that's currently going on between a bunch of different people, but he was still able to finish in 4th place of the solo series leaderboard, getting 390 points, winning 2 out of his 9 matches and getting 49 total elims. 5th place was Ping on 382. Ping has been one of those players that I feel like a lot of people have been talking about that just doesn't care about the game anymore and hasn't been grinding. He's yet to have made any duo Div Cup finals yet this season, and also hasn't made any duo tournament finals in general. For a player that literally just got 10th place at LAN, I don't know why his reputation is so bad right now. And since we just talked about Teeny, of course we have to talk about 6th place of Shark on 378. He won 3 out of his 10 matches and got 67 total elims, still continuing to look super good in his fragging ability. His highest elim game of the day was a 34 elim win. 7th place was Baldo, 8th place was Cringe, 9th place was Marius, with his highest elim win being a 33 elim win, and then rounding out the top 10 was Sato on 367. For those other big names that are currently in the top 100 after today, we have like iDrop in 16th, Vino finished in 40th, Vico in 50th, Rezon in 51st, MrSavage in 57th, Wox in 67th, Pixie in 78th, Malibuka in 85th. So a lot of people had super good days today. Before we move on to the cumulative leaderboard, we have to show the weekly solo series Queasy crash out.
No way. Okay. Oh my god. Oh, I mean, hello! What? Like what, bro? Bro, cause this kid's sitting there spraying his Gold Stinger SMG.
175. Good, yeah, Queasy, good vibes. Good vibes, Queasy. Come on.
And if you're wondering, I legit can't even find where Queasy finished down this leaderboard right here. It doesn't even show up on his Fortnite tracker, and that normally means that they didn't even finish inside of like the top 10,000, I think. Yeah, I just checked his stream and he finished with 118 points in 10 total matches. Something not the best day for Queasy. But for how the cumulative leaderboard is kind of looking right now, after 3 weeks of solos already, like I said, we have Fishy in first on 1,200 points, Kurama in second, Snazy in third, Chicho in fourth, Mason in fifth, Chitin in sixth, Dinas in seventh, Teeny in eighth, Hari in ninth, Cringe in 10th, and then I'll just keep scrolling through the leaderboard here and name off some of the other big names I see, like Malibuka in 15th, Pixie in 16th, Sky in 20th, Ping in 27th, Shark in 30th, Marius in 35th, Rax in 48th, Focus in 63rd, Mixin in 80th, and also a good amount of others there as well. The solo series is already looking so stacked, and we still have 3 weeks of qualifiers left. Other than that though, remember, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. I tried my best to give you guys all of the information in today's video. So if you guys want to support the channel, please use code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop. Once again, thank you guys all so much for 116,000 subscribers. YouTube says enjoy when you see videos up on the screen right now, so go check them out if you guys haven't already. Thank God for another day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.